So now HSP on the Give a Shot Network now is going to break down for you WrestleMania Sunday. And we are all ready for John Cena and Cody Rhodes in your main event for the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. This is HSP here. And again, follow us on all our social media at High Spot Podcast. Make sure you give us a like and subscribe on the Give a Shot Network. And then hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of HSP. And if you can't watch us, listen to us on all podcast platforms, on Apple, on Spotify, on iHeart. We are available. HSP is there for your listening pleasure as well. I am Jeff Martin alongside my tag team partner, the Trendsetter, getting ready to dissect and preview and give you our predictions for night 2. Obviously, this is probably the one that you want to go to, I guess. But, I mean, just coming off predicting Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk, they're both very, equal footing nights to go. So I think WWE has spread it out as fair as possible, but we get Cena and Rhodes on the Sunday night too. All right, Trendsetter, let's go down the hill here. Let's talk about WrestleMania Night 2 from Allegiant Stadium on Sunday night on Peacock. Remember, we will have our post show immediately after both WrestleManias Night 1 and 2, so you want to stick around on HSP on the IG Live. And if we switch to Give Us a Shot, we will let you know. But right now, it is on our IG Live platforms. Follow High Spot Podcast. All right, let's go. Women's Tag Team Championship. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the Women's Tag Team Champions, will take on Bayley and Lyra Valkyrie. And listen, if we talk about MVPs like we were talking about before and Seth Rollins, the MVP of the women's division and still is carrying that moniker has been Liv Morgan. Love Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair is stellar, Io Sky is special, but Liv Morgan is the MVP. She's had it. She's rolling. She's taking that ball and she's still rolling with it. She's still dribbling down the lane, so to speak. I just don't see how Bayley and Lyra Valkyrie become the women's champions. I mean, they just teamed up, maybe because they're lovable. Maybe they're trying to get Lyra over here by being a double champion, but she's already the Intercontinental champion, the women's Intercontinental champion. So we're talking about Bayley and how she needed that extra push, right? To put her in this tournament gives her a WrestleMania moment and makes her appear on a WrestleMania card. But to me, it would not make sense to take the titles off Liv. Let's just be honest, off Liv right now. So at the end of the day, I'm rolling with Liv, the MVP. She's going to get the job done. And it's going to be a good match because they have chemistry. Bayley and Liv had a great match on Monday night. Lyra is maybe not promo-wise. She's doing it in the ring-wise as far as her abilities. Raquel's there. She's a good sidekick to Liv. But at the end of the day, Liv deserves everything. Liv deserves to get the spot, to get the win. So I can't go against Liv Morgan. So I'm gonna go Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez retain the women's titles.
God, the streak continues right now. We're agreeing on everything. Listen, nobody enjoys watching.
No,
when she says "watch me" more than me. Watching Liv Morgan, not just from the obvious point here, Jeff, but for Liv, as you said, she is the MVP of this women's division. Was the MVP last year when she took this whole Rhea Ripley and this Liv Morgan revenge tour and took it to newer heights that I never thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a one and done. I really did. And for Liv to have this sense and this aura about her in terms of the confidence is there. It just happened, and she took her ball and she ran with it. I love her running with the ball. I really do. Because Liv has just showcased again this new version of her. And you would think, honestly, from losing the world title to Rhea Ripley, right? And for Rhea to get her moment finally of her revenge for Liv Morgan, everything she's done to her, and hasn't lost a step. Because a lot of people would take that loss and think that the tag team titles are demotion. But not Liv. She literally went from that and became a tag team champion and has just run with it. And looked as if nothing's happened. Like she's not mourning the loss of her world title. She just move on to the next thing. And Rhea is still thinking about her as opposed to Liv is just moving on and living life and doing a great job of doing it. So with this one, I don't see them losing this. I really don't. For this, I really feel, unfortunately, from the men's tag team division perspective to the women's tag team division perspective, it just hasn't worked because there's just no legitimacy where, like, you can create teams in the women's division and make them legitimate, right? But the mere fact that you have an Intercontinental champion and another Hall of Famer and Bailey, a soon-to-be Hall of Famer in terms of what she's accomplished in the women's division, all the titles she's won, and we're just going to put these two together, although they've never tagged before. We're just going to make them a team. They're going to win this gauntlet match, and now they're going to go for the tag team titles. To me, it's just a placeholder. It really is. Not for Liv and Raquel Rodriguez, but I feel what it is. I feel this is much as Liv's going to get her flowers, and so is Raquel. They're going to win this and get a nice WrestleMania moment, a nice victory at WrestleMania. I feel this is building towards what I've been watching a little bit now, where you mentioned it. Bailey seems to be not winning a lot, and seems like they're putting her in a bad spot as a babyface, and maybe that resentment, that anger, that frustration comes out into another heel version of Bailey, because again, the two of them, they're not partners, and who knows, maybe the IC title is something that, now interests Bailey going down after WrestleMania. So I got my girl Liv. My girl, Jeff, not yours, you selfish
I already
bastard.
know a lot. I already got Stephanie Vaquer and Julia. So yeah, I mean, I'm
selfish
selfish on my
bastard.
All right, Trendsetter. Logan Paul and AJ Styles. It could be fun. It could steal the show. I don't doubt Logan Paul's abilities. AJ Styles, man, I just want to see him wrestle, man. I don't want to see a second of AJ Styles wasted, because we know that, the clock's a ticking, right? And we know where AJ Styles lies. He's closer to retirement than anything, right? So we want to just enjoy AJ Styles as much as we can. And I think, listen, AJ Styles hasn't slowed down, not one bit. And we're still going to get the best of AJ Styles here against Logan Paul. And at the end of the day, AJ Styles, listen, it is AJ Styles. Logan Paul has taken a few losses, and I think at the end of the day, I think as much as Karrion Kross tried to bring back that old AJ Styles, I think that Logan Paul will come out victorious here, just because it's the next star. Let's be honest, and it doesn't hurt AJ one bit. AJ Styles is in a high-profile match. He's on the Sunday card of WrestleMania. This is a high-profile match. People will be buzzing. People will know what Logan Paul can do in the ring. They know what AJ Styles can do in the ring. Maybe you could say that they're looking at each other. It's like Logan Paul's looking in the mirror, or AJ Styles looking in the mirror and seeing a young AJ Styles, right? A guy that's very complete for his age and for just a limited amount of time that he's done this, to a guy who's kind of a prodigy and everyone's looked up to in AJ Styles. So this, to me, has the makings. I don't like the way it's been built, because I think it would have been better if you would have done that. If Logan Paul or AJ Styles like, Logan, when I look at you, I look at a young AJ Styles. But you know what? You're not there yet, and I'm going to prove it to you. That's what I would have liked. This whole other way that they've gone about it really was not a way to build it. I do like the way Karrion Kross did, and I hope Karrion Kross gets a push once WrestleMania is over, because if anybody deserves a push, and I believe it's Karrion. But that's a side note. Here, I think AJ Styles is AJ Styles, but Logan Paul is the future, and I think the AJ Styles are going to do the solid, and we're going to get Logan coming out victorious.
Oh my God, the streak continues, man. It's not stopping anytime soon right now. I got Logan coming out victorious in this one as well. The one thing I do hope with AJ Styles is that, although this is, the tail end in terms of their less days in front of them than they are behind them, right? I just don't want AJ to be a gatekeeper. I still feel he has a great run at a world title, or whether it be US, Intercontinental, World, or WWE Championship. I feel he has another run in there. It doesn't mean he has to win it, but he's also another run to be in that main event spot. I just don't want him to be this kind of guy that just puts people over now and gives them legitimacy. Like, right, it's not going to hurt AJ by losing this one. He's lost WrestleManias before. It doesn't do him any benefit for beating a guy like Logan Paul. Logan needs this, right? He needs this, again, for more notoriety. And again, he is the future. And it's pretty interesting you make that comparison too. It really feels that way. I've never seen an individual, maybe, and this is high praise for Logan Paul too, right? But I've never seen somebody put it together in the ring, at least, and also on the microphone too, but in the ring wise, comes so natural to him. Last time I saw somebody like that was Kurt Angle. It just came so natural to him. And that's an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
And for Logan just to pick this up and just seem like it's just second nature to him is just incredible. And also, I think that's why I think the comparison's fair when it comes to AJ, because AJ, although he didn't love this industry right from the get-go, was a natural at it right from the start. So nice comparison there too. But I got Logan come out victorious in this one.
Definitely, they're agreeing. So, guys, I'm telling you, man, I would love to I wish I would have seen another wrestling podcast to see what they were deciding here on the winners, because it just, to me, it's like very agreeable. I mean, can you make cases for everybody else? Yeah, but I mean, this is pretty much That's pretty much, I think, what everyone is saying, and we want to be different. So again, I'm going to pull a wild card here at one of these because I did not use mine for night one. So I'm going to pull a wild card and pull a desperation one pretty soon, but not quite yet. The Intercontinental Championship match in a Fatal 4-Way. Listen, again, you can make a case. You can have a whole podcast on why H1 deserves to win. We got the Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker, who's okay, by the way. So we're a little fearful that he might have injured his knee, but he's okay to go. He's good. Was holding that knee, so I was a little scared. And I was literally questioning, why are you doing this kind of move right before WrestleMania? But he's okay. Against Dominic Mysterio, Penta, and Finn Balor. Man, listen, Braun Breaker's a beast. He's got that spear that even John Cena salivates about because he's posting every single kind of angle of that spear. So, he's got John Cena's backing. You got Penta, who's been finally pushed the way he deserves to be. Obviously was more known for the tag team wrestling recently with his brother Ray Phoenix, who's on SmackDown. But now he's got that singles push because obviously Ray Phoenix couldn't get out of that contract with AEW. So they pushed Penta in the singles, which I think it's a great idea. They've got them separated too. So while brother looks at the other brother out of WrestleMania, at least for now, Penta has done a great job building him, and Triple H has done a great job with his entrance too. He's got that look, selling the merch, so he's popular. Dominic Mysterio, probably the best heel in the biz, and Finn Balor, who, out of anybody, again, we're going to bring this whole thing, who needs it more? Listen, Finn Balor needs this more because if you're gonna if that rumored singles push that he's gonna get because he re-signed is gonna happen, it's gonna happen here. And I think too that one of the shocking things that you'll see, trendsetters, I'll let you do the shock factor because I think we both kind of have the idea. So I'm gonna let you bring in the shock factor, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you can make a case for all of them. But I think that the shocking factor here is, trendsetter, is that Balor's gonna win. That's my wild card. I think Finn Balor is going to win. And why? Because I think there's going to be a little rift between two of these guys, and I'll let you lead that in there, Trendsetter.
Yeah, listen, I've been trying to dissect this and trying to figure out what makes the most sense. And like you said, there's a viable case for everyone in this match. It really does. Who needs it more? I'm in agreement here. The streak continues in terms of just agreeing with you. That Finn Balor needs this. Because you look at Dom, most hated heel in the business, nuclear heat. Guy can't even talk, and yet he's over in terms of people just hating him, right? The mullet has a lot of power. Braun Breaker, whether he's a heel or a babyface, I don't know. Sometimes it switches from week to week, but seems like it's a full-blown babyface now. People react and love Braun Breaker, and again, it's just the tip of the iceberg in terms of him. Penta, congrats to him, man. Unbelievable. I'm so happy for Penta, like getting the opportunity that he so rightfully earned. And he, through his hard work, has gained a spot at WrestleMania for the IC title, right? So for me, as much as I love Finn Balor and want to say he's going to win this one, I think right now, because there's this riff between the Judgment Day, which is kind of another underlying storyline into this whole IC title Fatal 4-Way match, I think it's not going to lead him becoming champion. I think it's going to be a scenario where either Dom or Finn, whatever, have some type of disagreement, and you're going to have a guy like Braun Breaker come out victorious in this one. It doesn't hurt Penta. It's his first WrestleMania. I don't expect him to win the IC title. I think this whole dynamic now of this whole implosion of the Judgment Day, which, it's overdue, I feel, is going to happen, and that's why Braun Breaker is going to walk out as still the Intercontinental Champion.
All right, that's good. Well, good for our first disagreement, right? And the only thing I want to
Hallelujah.
I think also the only thing I want to tell everybody is too is like I've heard the Dom Mysterio needs to win the Intercontinental Championship. Have you heard of a guy named Roddy Piper who didn't win a singles championship till towards the end of his career because the guy freaking didn't need it? He doesn't need it yet. He does not need it yet because what's him winning the Intercontinental Championship going to do with him as a heel? If they ever do a baby face with Dominic, that's when he should be the Intercontinental Champion, not when he's a heel, because then you're just waiting for some guy for him to lose to somebody. It's not going to be a, you know what I mean? He's fine as long as he has Liv Morgan next to him. Who else could want anything else? No, but he's always going to get that heel heat, right? So he doesn't need it. He could be the Piper of this year's generation and not get anything till later, but he will have titles down the road. But I'm gonna go with Finn because I think that this is going to be the start of the disintegration. And I'm using a big word here of the Judgment Day. So I think that Finn Balor is going to walk away. the champion. That's my wild card. That's my shot right there that I'm taking. Finn Balor walking away the IC champion. All right, Trendsetter. Finally disagree. Now we're going to go to the Sin City Street Fight. Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Obviously, that great meme now of Damian Priest after he got. Oh, man, that was so funny. Man, you gotta give me a second here. Because that's why I'm seeing.
I love the internet sometimes, right?
It's undefeated. I'm seeing Damian's eyes right now. But it's been 50-50 of who's gotten the best of who. So now it's just to decide who's going to win here. I have respect for Damian. Drew McIntyre's game has been off the hook. I think he's been a little bit cheated. He's not in the main event picture here. The guy's busted his ass, man. So it's pretty easy. There's no dissection here. There's no need to go analysis or tail the tape here. Drew McIntyre is freaking winning this matchup. I would say 99.9% he's winning this one. I'm gonna go with Drew.
And the streak continues now, disagreeing with each other because.
Oh, all right.
As much as I want to agree with you, Jeff, and I'll be in the record saying this. I want Drew McIntyre to win. I really do. I just feel right now he's set. And that shouldn't be an excuse for why he doesn't win this one. Just because, Drew McIntyre's he's established. It doesn't hurt him if he loses, because I'm sure that's going to be the justification as to why he doesn't win this one. Because I just feel the company, Triple H, they're so behind Damian Priest, and they so badly want to keep building him. Listen, he won the world title last year, and this street fight too. Like, they want to build this whole dynamic because. Listen, let's be honest. In terms of the baby faces, I can only name a handful of baby faces right now within the company that the crowd's behind. And Damian, believe it or not, has become one of those baby faces where people just like, first of all, the company believes in him because he's very reliable. He definitely helped out during the pandemic. And he's showcased in moments where he's been given opportunities, he's succeeded. So I just think they're so behind Damian Priest right now that they're going to have him become victorious in this one and get another great moment at WrestleMania, and all to the expense of a guy like Drew McIntyre, who I'm in agreement should be in one of these title pictures, in my honest opinion, because he's just that good. He's that talented, and it's going to be another bitter pill for Drew McIntyre to swallow, because if
that happens, it's tough to watch. It really is. It's going to be if someone slapped my baby or something like that. That's how bad it would be.
Tough to watch, exactly, your dog. It would be tough to see that, Jeff, because it's not hard to believe that this company is so behind Damian Priest that they would give him the victory over this one.
I don't. I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. I think that Drew McIntyre is winning this. I will be shocked if Damian Priest wins this. I really will be. This will be the shocker of all shockers, because I really think that Drew McIntyre. It's not that he's old or anything like that, but good God, man! Like, put this guy in a role, man. Let's give this guy some momentum. He's the only reason why he has momentum is because his mic skills now are saving him. Because he's backing up stuff, but he's not backing up stuff. He's talking, but he needs to back stuff up eventually. Now, all this stuff of him losing his concentration and focus because he's everyone's screwing him or everyone's out to get him. I mean, he's got to back it up. So I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre beating. It's gonna be entertaining though. The street fight. Damian Priest has a lot of experience in street fights, right? He has Bad Bunny too. So I'm looking forward to this one because they are both great, and I think that they're going to entertain here. But I got it. I'm pulling for Drew. I got to go. I'm being biased. I shouldn't be biased. I got to be objective.
I hope I'm wrong, but again, from a business standpoint, I just think it's going to be Damian. Though. That's it.
So we don't know. It's going to be tough to predict this one because we don't know who the opponent's going to be. But Randy Orton's been promised a match at WrestleMania. Now we know Kevin Owens has been injured. He's out with the neck injury. Speedy recovery to Kevin Owens. Crossing my fingers that this is the only Mania he misses. A lot of stuff has been put out there. Randy's had Kevin Owens seek out a second opinion through his doctors, and hopefully, something of that happens. I don't believe he's had the surgery yet. I don't want to say that for sure, but I know Randy, he's pulling for KO. His heart is broken for Kevin Owens, and we all are, because Kevin Owens, this is a match we were looking forward to. Again, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. They set it up beautifully they set it up beautifully at Elimination Chamber, and I was so looking forward to it. I was so looking forward to Kevin Owens getting his head punted by Randy. But now Randy Orton doesn't have an opponent. He RKO's Nick Aldis. There's a lot of rumors going about. First, it was Solo, and listen, nothing against Solo, but we didn't want to see that. That was a WrestleMania worthy match. They were talking about maybe Aleister Black, maybe Miro, maybe somebody making a debut at WrestleMania. This kind of, to me, has that Cody feel, right? Where someone's going to come out there, maybe under Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis, maybe he's got all the motives to screw over Randy. So maybe he hires a gun like this one and hires him to take on Randy Orton. I just don't know who it's going to be. I would love to see Nick Aldis get rewarded for being such a great, I guess you call him a GM, being the face of SmackDown. He's tremendous in that role. Obviously, he's still got the physique. Obviously, he never really wanted to fully retire. He wanted to be at least do some part-time. And this would be the perfect spot because, to me, the story is there. The story is there for Nick Aldis to do so. Now, if Nick Aldis perhaps, now maybe think about this. Maybe Nick Aldis interferes in this matchup and whoever the mystery opponent is beats Randy, and it sets up maybe a rivalry with Nick Aldis. You could see that maybe. That could be one way to go. But Randy Orton's on the freaking cover of Backlash in his hometown in St. Louis. He's going to be in a major role. He should be fighting for the world championship, whoever it may be. So I don't think that's going to happen. So I think it's going to be one of these hired guns. I don't know who it is, but I don't think Randy Orton's losing. So whoever it is, I think Randy's getting the victory. I think Randy's going to be victorious at WrestleMania. I wish I knew who it would be. Maybe by the time this comes out, we'll find out. But I'm going to say Randy Orton wins. If it's the house versus Randy, I'm going to go with Randy.
Yeah, again, this streak continues to have disagreeing because as much as I love Randy right now, I don't think whoever it is, he's going to come back victorious because to your point too, like, listen, I would love for it to be Nick Aldis. It'd be so amazing for him to have a WrestleMania match with Randy Orton. But 2 weeks out to try to build this storyline to have Nick come out of semi-retirement to put the gear back on, which Randy alluded to saying, hey, maybe you put the gear on for once. You have it back there. And then talked about his wife, Mickie James. So
the story's there, man.
The story's there. It's brilliant. But I don't think you would have a payoff this short just to have him jump in for no apparent reason. I'm sure Nick wouldn't be opposed to it if that's the company that's the direction the company wanted to go in to do that. I just feel it needs more time and more build. To that point, what you were saying too. Listen, we knew Rusev and Aleister Black or Malachi Black, whatever you want to call him, would be coming back. Or they have signed and they're going to be coming back. So maybe it is a hired gun, and Nick Aldis, to get revenge on Randy for disrespecting him and his family, cost him the match. I don't think it hurts Randy if he loses this. Again, in the scenario, it was supposed to be Kevin Owens. You're trying to make chicken salad out of chicken, you know what. So by having that and him on the cover for Backlash, maybe it's building towards a storyline where it's now, again, Randy going against his authority figure, which is Nick Aldis, which could lead into, I know I'm thinking way far ahead, but could lead to a big event, a big main event match feel and have the possible return of a Nick Aldis in the ring. But it have to make more sense. You can't just bring him in for a 2-week storyline, even though there is history there, and just expect people to like it. I would personally love Nick Aldis at WrestleMania, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be somebody who's made the return, whether it be Rusev, Aleister Black. Nick Aldis is going to cost Randy that, and that's going to lead and continue the story between him and Nick Aldis.
All right, so there we go. Another disagreement, but again, it's a very smart way to do that. Obviously, sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures, and even though the bill's not there, that would be somebody. And I also, too, wonder if, though, Nick Aldis is going to I guess he's on TV all the time, but I just don't know, too, the backstory of Nick Aldis so that people know what he did as far as his accomplishments of him being the NWA champion. I know NWA is working with WWE now, so because Natalya is going to be in the Crockett Cup, I believe she's going to be in that. So there's a possibility that happens. But again, since we don't know, I'm going to bet against the house of Black. No, so you don't know
what you're going to, yeah.
So you know what's going to happen. So I normally you bet the house over the single person, but Randy Orton, I just think he needs to get momentum. I think that the pay-per-view in St. Louis is going to be built. He's going to be part of that build. He's probably going to be in the main event some way, somehow. It doesn't have to be. Just because you're on the poster doesn't mean it, but it's going to be centered on you. So I think he's going to have a big matchup, and I think that Randy's going to come out victorious. So I'm glad we're disagreeing, man. So night 2 was a night where we butt heads, so that's good. So if you're watching night 1, our preview, it gets better.
Yeah, right.
The women's world championship. Io Sky, the champion, against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. We've stated how we don't like the way Rhea Ripley got into this matchup because we think it was Io and Bianca. Should have been. Rhea has whined her way in there. She's been against authority. She's been a stickler in Adam Pearce's side, and she got what she wanted. To me, that's heelish tendencies. I know we got some little backlash on our IG about that, and they didn't agree with us. It's not that we don't like Rhea. We love Rhea. We love Mommy. But in this scenario, though, it has shown that there have been some heelish tendencies to the way Rhea Ripley has gotten involved. As far as Bianca, I don't know if you guys are noticing this, but Bianca, to me, is going to turn into a heel somewhere down the road, and it's sooner than later because she is giving off that vibe as well. Io, I love Io. I think she's put in this just to take the pin here. I hate to say that because she's just a valuable asset to the company. And God, did she have my jaw drop last Monday night. But unfortunately, I can't pick her. I'm torn, trendsetter. I don't know whether to pick Rhea or Bianca. Rhea would just be like, oh, okay, so we went all through this so that Rhea can get that title back again. I don't know. Honestly, I think Bianca Belair is going to win this one. And how she goes over to Raw, I have no idea. But who cares? There's no such thing as a
draft.
As a draft, right? There's no such thing as brand extensions. There's no such thing as that. Brand, nothing like that. I'm going to say Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair wins the championship. What do you think? I just can't see Rhea, trendsetter, going with all this just to get that title back and put it on her. I just can't see that. I don't know. It's too easy, too lazy booking, if you ask me.
No, I get it. I mean, listen, the whole brand extension is an illusion. Just like certain people upset that I'm putting Rhea's name in my mouth right now, talking about her because No,
I was joking around. I was like,
exactly,
yeah.
Because listen, in terms of this whole storyline that build up to it, Rhea has literally fallen apart in terms of a character standpoint because the confidence she had prior to losing the title, being injured, and then the chase that led up to it, and then finally her gaining the title back. I wouldn't say it's been such a successful title reign in the sense that I don't think people have resentment towards it, but when they built up the fact that Io had defeated her, and it was a huge monkey wrench and everything, and a lot of people were surprised, like, wow, I didn't know they were going to go that route, right? And then for her to be complaining that it's everyone's fault except her and taking responsibility, and people were offended that I said that because it sounds like whining and complaining. Hey, listen, you're mad at me, be mad at Bianca too. She's getting paid by the company. I'm not. Saying the exact same thing that you whining and bitched your way into the women's championship match, which she did. It's true, she did. You're right. Bianca's showing heelish tendencies as well. I think right now she's just feeling that the crowd's really not behind her right now. They're really showing resentment towards Bianca as well. Listen, as much as you could say that Bianca was going to win this, and listen, if it happens, I wouldn't be shocked or surprised. I guess I'm going to pull my wild card on this one, Jeff. My wild card's the fact that because there is this tension, and listen, in the very beginning, Jeff, this is a WrestleMania dream match that people want to see for so long, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. It was teased several times, and we thought we were going to get it after Bianca had won the Elimination Chamber, and then the monkey wrench was Io in terms of, oh, wow, we didn't see that happening. Yes, it would be easy for Io to lose and take the pin. I just think right now, if you're going to take this direction, you have to fully commit to it. And I just feel that this story between Rhea and Bianca can go without the title. And that's why I have Io winning this one. She'll get her moment at WrestleMania. She lost her title before to Bayley last year. I believe it was last year. Yeah, I'm tired right now.
Yeah,
it's been a long night. But I just think Io comes out victorious in this one. There'll be the surprise when people are like, "Oh, it's got to be Bianca. It's got to be Rhea." You think you know everything, and they change it up on you. I'd be happy for Io to win this one. I really would, because like I said, I think it continues to build up the story where Io can take it and defend against somebody else, and then you have this issue with Rhea and Bianca that needs to be settled. That could eventually lead to a title match, but I think that's what's going to end up happening.
All right, so we're really disagreeing here on night 2, which is a good thing too. Again, I don't know why I get that feeling Bianca. I just, for some reason, I don't see Io defending. It's shame on me though, because she has every right to defend that and come out victorious, and she deserves a win here. because she's just as good as both. But again, for some reason, I see Bianca here coming out victorious as the women's champ. So I'm glad we're just agreeing here. It makes much more better.
And it's not on purpose either. It's just the way we think. Yeah,
it's just the way we think. All right, trendsetter. Here we go. Because I am going to, again, what John Cena says Friday night. Will it make me change my mind? I have this bad feeling, trendsetter. This is a temporary heel turn. I really do. I think that, and I wish no one from WWE is going to ask Triple H this or Nick Khan this or have the balls, but there's so much money that is being just thrown out the window if you don't keep John Cena as a long-term heel, because if you do, you can never say this was impactful as Hogan. It's no way. Hogan's impact as a heel for those years that he was, you can't compare if you do, and I know we only get 1 year of Cena, not even that, like 10 months of John Cena here. And it looks like he will be retiring. And, it looks like December is the last date. It looks like Ruthless Aggression, that the entitled PLE will be his final night as a full-time wrestler. It just, to me, is just like, here we go, and that's in the future. I get it, but it just, I can't help think about it, because this, can he come back from what he said? Of course, John Cena can do it. If anybody can, it'd be John Cena. But, to walk out as a heel and have that, and then, so I think he wants to kill wrestling, right? What a way to kill wrestling than breaking the Nature Boys record and just leaving everybody a bloody pulp and having walk away, to be one of the most shocking things ever. Because another thing too is, like, are we going to see The Rock? I think we are. So that's one thing. One thing, I think we are going to see The Rock. We should see The Rock. If not, then it was another stupid interjection of The Rock when we didn't need that to happen, right? So he better be there. For now, I'll bitch about the John Cena heel turn on Monday. But for now, John Cena, to me, should win and will get the victory. And that 17th time, and to even make this worth comparing it to Hogan, he's got to win that championship. Because if he doesn't, then what was it for? What was it? Shock everybody. Everyone's going to leave happy on Saturday. That's going to be the night everyone's going to leave happy, because you're going to get Jey Uso, and depending, you might get Punk to win, you might get Roman to win, and people leave happy. But this night, don't make it about the fans going home happy. Don't make it about that. Make it about storyline. Make it about John Cena becoming a 17-time champion and killing professional wrestling. And whether Austin comes out to confront The Rock, or whether you have this another epic night, which I think is going to happen, John Cena has to win, and he's got to lay everybody out. Everyone's got to be crying because John Cena killed professional wrestling that night. That's what WrestleMania 41 needs to be remembered as, the night that the last real champion beat Ric Flair's record and left Cody bloody, left whoever they're bloody too, because no one's going to forget John Cena's victory. Because you have to make that impactful. You just can't beat Cody. You have to do it right. And I think Cena is going to walk away. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they need to emphasize him killing pro wrestling. They need to emphasize his heel turn, solidify it by him walking away as the champion. Chasing will not, to me, if it's Backlash again, it's not going to be as important. He's got to do it here at Mania, Trendsetter. So I'm going to go with John Cena.
Wow, you're really drawing a great case for people to tune in and watch this one if they haven't made the decision yet in terms of this main event on night 2, right? Listen, man, I've spent a lot of time thinking about this as well as you have, and you make a great valid point in it. Listen, what makes best for business sense is for John to win this one, to break the record, to fulfill that prophecy of killing professional wrestling and retiring with the title, and just drawing that level of, what do we do now? This is crazy. This wasn't expected, because it's different than a babyface John Cena facing Cody Rhodes, where you would lean in the other direction, right? Listen, instinctively, I want to say John Cena, because it makes the best sense business-wise. I really do. But then I try to emphasize it by this, that John has been the kind of individual, and so has WWE or Triple H's creative team, that don't do things for the sake of just doing them. Like Triple H has mentioned before in podcasts before, that, John could have taken the easy route and I give credit to John Cena when this happened, right? Where like you could have just lived on the best ofs, and then towards the tail end, once it's all over, wave goodbye and say, "Hey guys, it was great to see you. This was my last chance. I gave it my all, guys, but I'm really happy that I'm here and doing my best to please you guys and giving you the matches you want to see." To do this at this stage in his career and knowing the end is near, knowing the end is going to eventually happen. We know when it's going to happen, or not the exact date, but we know it's going to happen. This is it. This is his last WrestleMania. It's not coming back again for next year. I just think to do this for that reason, just to get that shock value, and of course, it could lead to SummerSlam and stuff like that into the summer. I just don't know if it's worth it, because I really feel, and I've talked about this before, that I really feel this John Cena heel turn, as great as it was and exciting as it was, and nobody ever saw it coming, right? I think it had something to do with the fact that we knew Rock wasn't going to be wrestling. It wasn't going to be fighting Roman and wasn't going to be fighting Cody Rhodes, which we thought after last year's WrestleMania that could have been a possibility. So I think this was a way of, hey, justifying the fact, hey, we're not going to see The Rock, but wow, a heel John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, and now John Cena.
He wanted Cody to turn heel.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even going to be that. It's going to always be babyface John Cena, and Cody, of course, they were like, no, why make your top babyface? And then again, that's just a bad idea by The Rock, honestly, if that's what he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Again, that to me would have been short-term thinking. This to me, it may be, but trendsetter, it is John Cena's final WrestleMania. Did he do? He got beat up by The Rock, and he was kind of like there as a mascot for Cody Rhodes' win. 39. I don't even think he wants to remember 39 losing to Austin Theory. John Cena, to solidify any of this, and because Cody has now been a year as a champion, right? And he's going to get it back. And to do it on Cena's final night, possibly in Boston in December, that would be to recapture from Cena instead of killing Cena at WrestleMania. I don't know, man. I just think to me, it just makes sense that Cena at that WrestleMania, his final WrestleMania, gives a big F you to pro wrestling and wins that championship. I really do. I really think that's what they got to do.
And to finish my point and make my prediction here is that, because I was being long-winded there, I guess, was the fact that John doesn't need it. And I think John as a person loved the challenge of being a heel and loved the opportunity of doing this. But I don't think he needs nor cares to do it, because he's always been about the future. It's got to be about the future. It's not about me anymore. It's not about me. It's about solidifying the future of this company. The future of this company is Cody. So after all that I just said there, I just feel that as much as that would be the best, and I would agree with you there, I think the company is going to go in the direction and have Cody defeat John Cena at WrestleMania, and Cody will walk out of Las Vegas still the WWE Undisputed Champion.
And that is why it is predictable yet unpredictable, because these two main events that we're talking about, it could go a lot of ways. And I think that's what Triple H has done a great job in, is that nothing is, yes, while you can predict some of these mid-card matches, fine, and some of them may not go the way you think, right? There's some surprises. The main events to me here are the most debatable out of all these matches. Yeah. Both main events. This one a little bit more. And it's good. It's good that we don't know, because it adds the intrigue of why we got to watch it. I say John Cena, you say Cody Rhodes. This night too has been more debatable as far as who comes out victorious. And again, Trent said it's not because we were looking to debate. It's because we both have different opinions. We make valid points of why the people we choose should win. So that's a good thing. But WrestleMania, I think, to me, is going to, while the build is not the same, I think that the surprise you're going to see here are going to leave us talking and excited for the Raw after Mania, the SmackDown after Mania 2. And I think NXT Stand and Deliver, which we'll have our preview show later on this week, I think will also deliver as well, no pun intended. And I think that the cards will be really good. So while it may not have the same build, I think the surprises will make fans talk about this. And I'm pretty sure after night one, we'll have lots to talk about. That's why you want to make sure you catch our post show immediately after WrestleMania. So check this out. You're on the weekend, you're having your little breakfast, and you're watching NXT Stand and Deliver. if you're on the West Coast, or if you're here having lunch and you want to tune in to some commentary, you kind of want to get the vibe of other podcasters here, maybe try something new. Follow us on Give a Shot Network and check out Stand and Deliver post show on IG Live, and also make sure you check out our WrestleMania Night 1 preview show and our WrestleMania Night 2 preview show, which will be available right here exclusively on the Give Shot Network. If you can't watch us, make sure you listen to us on all podcast platforms. Like and subscribe, download the episodes, download HSP for your listening pleasure. Trendsetter, man, I'm excited. This is going to be a fun. WrestleMania is always fun. Let's be honest. Now, we were joking before we came on why we're all wearing black. And it's funny. It's probably because we're both agreeing, so we decided to wear the same. No, I will share a little bit of behind the scenes stuff, and this is a little bit disappointing. We've kind of had a streak going ourselves. Maybe probably second most important to the Undertaker's streak that was ended. Another famous streak is ending, and we will not be going to WrestleMania in Vegas as much as we wanted to. Just couldn't do it. Couldn't get the logistics didn't work out. So we'll be missing our first WrestleMania in 10 years. It's gonna hurt a little bit. It's gonna sting. We'll be watching it from the comfort of our own home. So it's gonna be cool. We're not gonna be jet lagged coming back, but we're gonna build up for SummerSlam, and that's where we're gonna regroup. But just what do you think? What are you gonna miss the most out of WrestleMania? Not being there in attendance.
Listen, it's a shame that a streak has ended there, and we joke about it off camera, and it's disappointing. But listen, I mean, the one thing I won't miss is the anxiety buildup of preparing and traveling down there. And like I've said before, it's a labor of love, but it's stressful. And again, once you're there and you're in the atmosphere of what I'm going to miss, just the atmosphere, whatever town it's in.
Yeah.
Now, we've never experienced, we've experienced SummerSlam in Las Vegas, but we've never experienced WrestleMania in Las Vegas. That's something that you and I had talked about several years ago. Oh, can you imagine WrestleMania being in Las Vegas? We got to be there.
Yeah.
It just didn't work out. It is what it is. That's part of life, guys, right? It just doesn't always work out in the end. But to me, just the atmosphere around there, you begged the question to me on an IG Live not too long ago of like, oh, can you believe people are going to show up to Stand Deliver at 10 in the morning? I do believe it's going to happen because just in that environment, that weekend, it's like the WWE, or not just WWE, wrestling encompasses the town that it's around. And everybody just can't get enough of it. And when you're done with it, then you're kind of overwhelmed. If I see one more high spot, not this show, or a turnbuckle, or just a wrestling hold, or a theme music, or anything wrestling related, I will throw up in a good sense because you're just so oversaturated by all this stuff. But yeah, listen, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain or gripe about it. I have to look forward to the future. Future is, again, talking about the night after WrestleMania, dissecting once WrestleMania is done. The excitement I get, Jeff, believe it or not, and the crew will attest to this as well, is that this is my favorite time of year. And the reason why it's my favorite time of year is not because of just like, oh, who's going to win, who's being the champion. Now it's reached the point, Jeff, that you and I as fans, that we just love to see the direction that it goes in. Yeah. What's the next chapter? How are they going to get there? We'll have our opinions, and we'll critique things that we don't like, of course, because that's just the nature of it. Whether you see a good movie or you see the ending of a game that happened, like, oh my goodness, how could they do that? How could they make that play or do this dumb mistake? Hindsight's 2020, but we just love the journey going to it. I love the journey leading up to each WrestleMania. I've been very fortunate enough to do with you for almost so many years now, doing this show with you. So again, whether we're in Las Vegas or not, it doesn't matter because the feeling doesn't end of us talking about WrestleMania. A card like this, which is very interesting. Some have been predictable, some haven't. But again, it's our opinion, it's our view of where it's going. But it's been a crazy ride. This new regime has really been a breath of fresh air. Doesn't always hit home run, like you said. There are some strikeouts every once in a while, but I love the fact that they just keep on going and give you something to talk about. That's what I'm looking forward to this WrestleMania, man. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Nick Khan finally got all chatty and stepped up to Tony Khan for a little bit there. And listen, man, how great is the AEW? They finally did a smart thing, and they put their advertising in the airport. So as soon as you go in there, you see AEW stuff on there, which is pretty smart, Tony. Well played. Unfortunately, though, I saw the video, and you start off with Samoa Joe, then you see Christian Cage, and I'm pretty sure if you don't know about AEW, you're like, oh, it's WWE guys, right? But still, though, well played, Tony Khan, and the AEW had, to me, a very decent show. So let's hopefully they're on the way up. But Nick Khan had some interesting comments about the company too. And listen, you guys got real quick on this for a wrap up. You got to remember, Tony Khan fired the first salvo. Okay, He fired the first salvo, and Nick Khan. Okay, you can nitpick that he waited a couple of years to come back. Hey, whatever. But Nick Khan is right now proving that that he is the most important Khan in the wrestling business today. So yeah. So listen, there's gonna be tons of headlines coming out, and we're gonna be here for you guys to dissect everything.
And one more final thing to add, though, too, Jeff, is that it's funny what you mentioned there, too. But listen, this is the time of year, like with Chris is right. We should all just enjoy our professional wrestling. That's what it is. Yeah. Let's worry about the war and the shots taken next week. It's all about WrestleMania. It's all about pro wrestling, guys. And that's what we enjoy talking about it.
Definitely. So, again, we'll have all the news. We'll be on here for you guys. Again, catch the preview show for WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 here on the Give Shot Network. I'm Jeff Martin alongside the Trendsetter. It is WrestleMania season. It is here, and we've previewed the shows for you. So now, guys, what are your thoughts? Interact with us at all our social media platforms. Let us know what you think. Do you disagree with us? Do you agree with us? Let us know. And also make sure, again, you follow us here on the Give Us a Shot Network on the YouTube channel. Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Don't miss out on HSP here, especially during WrestleMania season. All right, Trendsetter, close it like you normally do, but this time, Trendsetter, it's WrestleMania season, so let's amp it up.
Well, guys, I can't believe it. Again, another successful close to a WrestleMania preview show, guys. We thank you so much for watching this. The road to WrestleMania has been a bumpy one. It has had scenarios where you didn't think you were going to go in different directions we've gone to, but it's all led to this moment, guys. It is WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, guys. Enjoy it. Jeff and I have enjoyed talking about it. We've enjoyed dissecting. I can't wait to talk and break down the event once you see it after Night 1 and Night 2. Again, the best time in the world to be a wrestling fan is now, guys, and we thank you for being on that journey with us here. The road to WrestleMania is here. It is here, guys. We have reached our destination. That is Las Vegas, Nevada, guys. So, for my tag team partner, Jeff Martin, I am the Trendsetter, Brian Burke. We are the Jersey Wrecking Crew, and we thank you guys so much for joining us in this episode of the High Spot Podcast, WrestleMania 41 preview. And remember, we do this for one reason and one reason only. We do this for you, the crew.
Yeet.